Kick off, lights on, feel the fire. Touchdowns, tackles, rising higher. From UK Twitch, reading USA, NFL, UK, Ops is here to play. You do what we break it down. Every big we play, we own the town. Fans unite, the squad's in sight. NFL, UK, Ops, bring the fight, break the huddle, hear the roar. NFL, UK, Ops is what you came for. NFL, UK, Ops, game
Hello, football fans. We're here for week 2 of the UFL, the final game of week 2. It's the St Louis Battlehawks at the Dallas Renegades. Thank you very much for everyone's joined us. We're just about ready to kick off. It's going to be the Battlehawks kicking to the Renegades to start this one. But welcome to everybody to the NFL UK Ops live play-by-play of the Battlehawks versus the Renegades. And we should be in for a good one. 2 solid teams that have been around for a few years now. And 2 teams that will be looking to make their way into the playoffs this season as well. Both 1-0. And we're just about ready to kick off. Just been a bit of a delay getting ready to kick this one off. It's a Tuesday night football game and there doesn't look a lot of crowd in attendance for this one, to be honest. But here we go. The kick is up. It's a wobbly kick. Bounces around the 12-yard line. It's scooped up for return for the Renegades. Bounces out to the right sideline. And pushed out of bounds, or steps out of bounds rather, around the 32. So that's where the Renegades and quarterback Austin Reed is going to come out for the first time today. Had a sensational game last week. 376 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions last week against the Gamblers. But they face a tougher task today against that Battlehawks defense. We'll find out how that gets on today. We'll catch up in the chat in just a second. But we've got 1st and 10 from the 32. It's going to be a play-action pass for Reed to start off with. Thrown over the middle. It's caught. And already a nice pass takes the ball just into Battlehawks territory. And Reed and the Renegades will be hoping they can continue an excellent offensive start to this season just from last week. And a nice pass to Stoops. And a first down already into Battlehawks territory, so no punts incoming. We've got Reed in the pistol. It's a handoff this time up the right side. Nice hole. And a good 11-yard carry up the right side. And another first down. What a start for the Dallas Renegades. Big chunk play on the pass play and a nice 11 or 12-yard run up the right side. A huge hole for Merriweather to run through as well. Back in the pistol again for Reed. Snap back to him. Time to pass in the pocket. Finds a receiver. Makes a move. And tackled down after a 6-yard gain. Great start for the Renegades. So Tyler Vaughan's another player had a great week last week. 144 yards and a touchdown off 7 catches. We've got trips right formation out the shotgun this time for Reed. Snap back to him. He's looking to pass. And the first incomplete of the game. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 from the 29-yard line of the Battlehawks. So we'll catch up in the chat. Thank you very much for everyone that's joined us across. We're live on YouTube, Twitch and Kick. And we'll get through to the chat in just a second. We'll see if the Renegades are able to convert on 3rd and 4. It's back in the shotgun. Snap back to Reed. Run pass option is complete at the 16-yard line. And tackled down inside the 10, right around the 7-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Renegades. What a start for them. Moving the ball at will. And the Battlehawks have got no answer at the minute. So just under 3 minutes into this game, and we've got a 1st and goal for the Dallas Renegades, who have continued exactly where they left off last week against the against the Gamblers, rather. We've got shotgun formation snap back to Reeds, and we've got some whistles. And we get the timeouts from the Renegades. The clock on the play clock was right at 0. They got the timeout in there just in time. So let's have a quick catch up in the chats. So we've got Let's Go Dallas, Hank Werner Johnston. Thank you very much for joining us. And a shout out to Dallas Renegades there. And Brian, hope you're well. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's Go Battlehawks. I mean, we adopted the Battlehawks ourselves as our team a few years ago with the XFL. So hoping they do well this season. And Brian said the UFL games have been close. Orlando's the best expansion team. Yeah, I mean, a shock result yesterday. The Stallions and the Gamblers. Rather on Sunday. I didn't see that coming. I thought Stallions were going to win that by a couple of scores. So, but it evens it up. Evens it up in the UFL. We'll talk more about that shortly. But we've got a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Renegades. We've got Austin Reed in the shotgun. Snap back to him. He's looking to pass. Fire towards the right. End zone. Touchdown. And it's Tyler Vaughan's. Had a big game last week. In for the touchdown and the first score for the Dallas Renegades.
Touchdown!
So 6 points to start this game, and it's got to be said, it looked very, very easy for the Renegades on that drive. And what will we get? Will it be 1, 2, or 3? At the moment, I'd be tempted if I was the Renegades to go for 3 points here. They're not going to, though. They're going to go for the extra point. And the ball placed right down the middle in between the hashes. And the kick is missed. Wide left. And as I said, the Renegades, they should have probably just gone for 3 points there. They've moved the ball very easily down the field. Should have gone for 3 points to the 8-yard line. They don't. But even though a disappointment not making extra points, going to be encouraging for the Renegades. 6-0 to start this game. Let's get back to the chats. We've got TO NFL. Let's go Battlehawks. Another Battlehawks fan in this one. And T. Wilson Core is the law. So a few Battlehawks fans in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. Across over on Twitch, we've got Let's Go Core is the law. Core. Over on there as well. Thanks, I Gremlini, subscriber over on Twitch. Appreciate you. And Hank Werner said, hopefully Reed's playing today. He did amazing in the opener. He is playing. And he's got off to an amazing start again. Hey, if he continues this way this season, he may get that shot in the pre-season for an NFL team. You just never know. Made a great start. 4 touchdowns already this season. Brian said, I picked a close, a good game it should be. You know, these two teams have been around a few years now. And certainly the game of the week on paper. We'll see if it turns out that way as well. Battlehawks look serious. It's not going to be easy for Dallas, unlike the Gamblers game, which is why I was so shocked on Sunday that the Gamblers managed to, with a walk-off field goal, beat the Stallions. Stallions made some mistakes in that game. They had it there to win it. But fair play to the Gamblers, and it just evens things up. We've got the standings over on the screen there as well. It just moves the Gamblers up there at 1-1. And you've got, obviously, the Aviators and Kings, two of the new teams at 0-2. Can't afford to lose too many more. So I probably will never choose Texas team. They had four of 8 teams one year. Don't bogart me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm bad because I'm really close to the Dallas area. That's fine. You're free to support whoever you like. And to be fair, the fact that Brian doesn't support a team is more of a shock. Football is best for sports. Absolutely love football. Even over here from the UK, at 1:15 in the morning, we do love our football. Hope the UFL expands more so we have a longer season, like the WNFC. I said this already, I just hope it stabilises so that these 8 teams are definitely here next year. Maybe add another couple if they can. We've got the kickoff. Returnable from the 4-yard line for the Battlehawks. Makes a move at the right. And eventually tackled down around the 33-yard line. And that's where we're going to get Brandon Silvers. Out on offense. Hakeem Butler, available for this game. Missed week 1, but back. He's been with this team for a number of years. Big-bodied wide receiver. We'll see what he can do. They'll be glad to have him back on offense today. The Battlehawks are starting off empty backfield from their own 33-yard line. Snap back to Silvers. Looking to pass. Thrown towards the right sideline. It's incomplete. Looking for Hakeem Butler. But incomplete on that first one. So a 2nd and 10 coming up from their own 34-yard line. It's an empty backfield again. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap back to Silvers, looking to pass. Back towards the right side again. Dangerous looking pass. It was low and away from the receiver, which is probably a good job because the Renegades corner was all over it. It's incomplete. They're going to set up a 3rd and 10 now. So whereas it's looked very simple for the Renegades to drive down the field, not so much for the Battlehawks so far. 2 incomplete passes, and they were slow starting last week against DC. 2 receivers either side this time. Silvers in the shotgun. Snap back to Silvers, again looking to pass. Deep drop. Fired over the middle. Intercepted at the 50. Scooped up. Still going. And tackled down at the 34-yard line. I said Silvers didn't have a great start in the first quarter or even the first half, really, last week against the defenders. And 3 poor passes to start this one. He's intercepted. And great starting field position for the Renegades on the next drive. Oh dear. Not a good start for the Battlehawks. Concede an early touchdown. And now an interception thrown way behind Butler. He had him, but thrown behind Butler. And the Renegades are in great starting field position already. And this defense needs to step up already on the 34-yard line in field goal range. Poor pass from Silvers. So 1st and 10. Trips left formation out the shotgun for Reed. Snap back to him. It's a play action pass. Loads of time in the pocket. Oh, and it hits the fingertips of the receiver and almost off the deflection is scooped by a Battlehawks defender. We've got our first flag. We'll see who this one's against. It's a holding against the defense. It's going to be an automatic 1st down. The Renegades will have 1st and 10 from inside the 30 now. So we've got Brian said, yes, Seattle deserves a team. Christopher, thank you very much for joining us. Seattle should be on the short list. Let us know who your UFL team is, rather. Thank you very much for joining us. Back to the game. It's 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Snap back to Reed. It's handed off, but this time completely stuffed at the line for no gain. I'm just going to set up a 2nd down and 10. We've got Oklahoma deserves a football team too, especially outside of college. I believe all they have professionally is basketball. I do hope it expands. I just want these 8 teams back next year. Then I'm up for it. If they can add another couple of teams, got to get those attendances up. Tuesday night's a strange game. Strange day to have a game, though. Got spread formation out the shotgun. On 2nd and 10, snap back to Reed. It's going to be a pass play. Loads of time again, but this time the defenders of the Battlehawks bat the ball down at the line. It's going to be 3rd and 10. He's got all day so far in the pocket. Yes, it's UK Ops burning the midnight oil again over here. Our 2nd game of the week. We want to get some Battlehawks games in as our adopted team. And we should be in for a good one. As long as the Battlehawks defense gets a stop here. We've got spread formation. Again, out the shotgun. Snap back to Reeds. Thrown over the middle. Oh, and it's hits the hands of Vaughns and then deflected, and the diving Battlehawks defender, Mosley, almost scoops it in, but it falls incomplete. 4th and 10, and of course, no punts allowed. Oh, Mosley almost started being a sensational interception, and he pulled it in. What have we got here? The Renegades are going to attempt a 48-yard field goal from the right hash. Thika missed the extra point earlier. Let's see how he gets on. The kick is up. And it's straight down the middle this time. 3 points. And the Renegades lead 9-0. So, even though it's 9-0, still a 1-score game in the UFL, as you can score up to 9 points on a drive. But great start for the Renegades. So, again, catching up in the chat, we've got Let's Go Vaughns for the earlier touchdown from Austin Reed. Far too easy on that drive as well. And then just like last week with the first kick, been some missed extra points. We've had some good kicks, some long kicks, but we've had some missed extra points. Shankopotamus from Brian as well in that one. So Brian said, where's the game? It's at Dallas Toyota Stadium. It is. I think it's that home of FC Dallas, the soccer team. I've got 314. J Rock, thanks for joining us. I'm cheering for the Battlehawks, but our quarterback really sucks. I'm surprised they went with Silvers. He seemed to beat out Max Duggan for the starting job, but he's been a XFL, UFL veteran for a few years, Silvers, but he had a tough start last week. Managed to turn it around just enough for the Battlehawks to come back and win against the DC Defenders in week 1. But slow started, 3 poor passes, it has to be said. High and wide, low and wide, and then finally the interception thrown behind Hakeem Butler. He was there, just thrown behind him. And Sancted, our defense needs a little more work, but we're not too bad. Well, it's a great start so far. 9-0 for the Renegades. And whoever wins this game will go top of the UFL, having both of these teams at 1-0. One of these teams will advance to 2-0, while the other slips to 1-1. Yeah, showing that replay of that turnover again. Hakeem Butler was wide open. Silvers was late on the pass and then threw it behind, which made it an easy interception. Here we go. The Renegades kickoff back to Battlehawks is returnable from the 5-yard line. And tackle down, nice coverage. Tackle down at the 26-yard line. Here comes Silvers. Hi Eric, thank you very much for joining us. How's things, Tom? Just dropping in to say hello. I'm currently in holiday in Turkey. 3:38, that's commitment, Eric. Either that or you can't sleep. But I hope the weather's all nice in Turkey at the minute. Thank you very much. I'm good. Having a good time in Turkey, Eric? Snap back to Brandon Silva. It's a handoff straight up the middle this time. And a 4-yard carry takes the ball just past the 30-yard line. So 2nd and 5 coming up from the 31-yard line. It's spread formation. Snap back to Silvers. Looking to pass. Thrown. Completed this time. First down to Jackson. Needed 5. Got 5. First down for the Battlehawks. And hopefully Silvers can settle in just a little bit now. Again, back in the shotgun. Motion receiver from left to right. Trips right formation. Out the shotgun now. Snap back to Silvers. Quick 5 pass out. Completed. And it's a 6-yard completion up the right side. We'll set up a 2nd and 4. So clock ticking, just under 7 minutes left in this first quarter. And the Battlehawks looking to get something going on this drive to answer back to that 9-0 lead the Renegades currently have. So spread formation, 2 receivers either side this time from the 43-yard line. Snap back to Silvers. Fired, completed over the middle. And takes the ball into the Renegades territory, right up to around the 42-yard line. So now into Renegades territory, so no punts for the Battlehawks from here. So the ball spots on the 43-yard line. The Renegades, we've got rushers coming. Is it going to go against offense or defense, this one? And they're going to call false start against the Battlehawks. They're going to be 5 yards further back. Solid first quarter so far. I can see the Battles coming back and even things up before half-time. We'll see. They've got something going. We've got something going on this drive. Silver's hopefully settled in a little bit. Looking a little more composed on this drive at least. Hey, set the narrative. Who are the quarterbacks? We've got Brandon Silvers for the Battlehawks. We've got Austin Reed for the Dallas Renegades. Oh, we had some movers on the defensive line. And then the left tackle stood up for the Battlehawks. Oh, they're going to call against defense. I don't necessarily like that call. Neutral zone infraction. So that 5 yards they lost, they've now got back. And puts us back at 1st and 10. Yeah, Brandon Silvers for the Battlehawks. Michael Pratt's going to play for the Hawks. We'll see. You've got trips right formation out the shotgun. Fired by Silvers. And caught for a 3-yard completion up to the 40-yard line. They'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, we'll see. We'll see if Pratt ends up coming in. Snap back to Silvers. Long shot down the left sideline. He's got Hakeem Butler inside the 5-yard line. A huge pass play, and it seems that Silvers has now settled down a little bit. Great pass play. Deep shot down the left sideline. And that's what Hakeem Butler offers you. Big-bodied, fast wide receiver. Nice catch. Just has missed a few too many games for my liking, Hakeem Butler, over the last couple of seasons. But we have got first and goal for the Battlehawks. From the 5-yard line. And they quickly call a timeout with the play clock down at zeros. We've got 4 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Renegades up 9-0. But the Battlehawks right in scoring range at the 5-yard line, right up after this. So let us know in the chat, what do we think of the game so far? A great start for the Renegades, poor start for the Battlehawks. Renegades went straight down the field after taking the opening kickoff, drove down the field nicely, some nice pass and run plays, finished off with a touchdown pass from Austin Reed to Tyler Vaughns. Then after 2 incompletions to start the game for Brandon Silvers, then threw a poor interception right at the 50-yard line. The Renegades moved the ball a bit closer towards the end zone before settling for a 48-yard field goal to make it 9-0. But the Battlehawks have got the ball going downfield now. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Snap by Silvers, handed off on the jet sweep, and gains a couple of yards up the left side. It's Jackson with the carry, and that will take the ball right up to the 3-yard line. So in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Now motions across the left. Lofted pass towards Butler. But too high. Well covered. Looking for Hakeem Butler. Nice coverage from the defender. Needed a bit more touch on the pass rather than fired in from Silvers. Needed to trust the touch. The defender had his back to the ball, so a bit of touch on the ball there, and allow Hakeem Butler to go up and get there. There we go. Play clock at 1-0. Snap, and the clock's got to 0, and they've had to call another timeout. Not good game management. Play clock management from the Battlehawks. Have burned 2 timeouts in the last 3 plays. So there you go, Hawks on the pass play, but we're going 3rd and goal now from the 3-yard line for the Battlehawks. Try and get into the end zone for the first time today. So here we go. They're lining up 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line for the Battlehawks. Snap to Silvers. It's a handoff. And tackle down after just a 1-yard gain, but we have got a flag. We'll see who this is on. 12 players in the offense. I've just called a timeout and somehow ended up with 12 men on the field, the Battlehawks. So they're just debating whether they're going to take that penalty. The Renegades coach wants to decline the penalty and make it 4th down, 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. A decision to make for the Battlehawks now. Rick Neuheisel said that he wants it to be 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And I think the Battlehawks are going to send out the field goal unit. So it's going to be a field goal attempt for the Battlehawks. So ends up being a good stop. Good stop for the Renegades. So it's going to be a chip shot field goal from the left hash, just a 20-yard field goal attempt to try and make this a 9-3 ball game. And the kick, just inside. It does go through, but it was just inside for McCann. It's 9-3, but it will feel, having driven down the field, a bit of a disappointment for the Battlehawks to only end up with a field goal. Nice bend, not break defense from the Renegades in the end, and still leading this one 9-3. So we've got Hank. That's how I play on Madden. Always go for the kick to be conservative rather than losing yardage or risking an interception. It's fair play. I mean, he wants to get points. He wants to keep the confidence going, get some points on the board. Just a little bit disappointing having got to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, to then having to settle for a 20-yard field goal. We'll be hoping that that drive will give the Battlehawks offense some confidence, Brandon Silver some confidence, and hope that their defense can shut down and get some pressure on Austin Reed, to be fair, because Reed has stood back there on the 2 opening drives so far with all the time in the world. And we saw last week that he can pick a team apart like he did against the Gamblers. So got to get that pressure. The Battlehawks did well last week against the DC Defenders. Got 7 sacks last week against Teamu and the DC Defenders. So we'll be looking to see if they can ramp that up moving forward and on the Renegades' next drive. But so far this week, in my weekly predictions, I'm 2-1. I correctly picked the Defenders and the Storm to win their games. However, I did pick the Stallions, and I think I predicted a 2-score win for the Stallions against the Gamblers. So that was a shock yesterday. On Sunday for the Gamblers to pull that one off, but it's good for the UFL. We want all teams to be competitive. Let's be honest, the Kings look good in week 1, but only able to put up 9 points against Storm on Saturday. Skunk is off the board. So we've got the Battlehawks kicking back to the Renegades. The kick is up. It's returnable from the 5-yard line. Moves towards centre field. And tackled down eventually around the 29-yard line. And here comes Austin Reed for the Renegades' third offensive drive of the first quarter. So far have a touchdown and a field goal and lead 9-3.
Were born a little early, 2.5 pounds, but they're doing well. They're in the NICU. They're growing every single day. Also just said, look, every turn the Lord has been there for us.
Snap back to Reeds. Play action pass thrown towards the left sideline. It's caught by Vaughns. He's at the 50, at the 40. The ball comes out. It's bobbled on the fumble, but I think it has been scooped up. Fortunately for the Renegades, scooped up off the fumble. And a huge gain for Dallas as well. Nice move. Nice route by Vaughns. The ball fumbled, but luckily scooped up by the Renegades. Punched out. It was Merriweather that saved it. Quick fire pass from Reed on 1st and 10. Completed. And pushed out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. And the Renegades are driving again. Look very dangerous on offense. Already at 97 yards, passing yards for Austin Reed. So 2nd and 4 coming up. Snap back to Reed, looking to pass, moves out to his left, throws deep back across his body to the right sideline. And it's over the head of the receiver, and fortunately the defender as well. It's incomplete. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 now. It's got 3rd and 4 from the 29-yard line. Ball is snapped. Looking to pass. Fired. It's caught by Vaughns again, right at the line to gain. He's got just enough. 1st down for Dallas. And we're just under a minute remaining in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. It's a handoff up the left sides and does well to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to set up a 2nd and 10. Better from the Battlehawks. There's 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Will the Renegades run another play? They don't have to run another play. And they're not going to run another play. So that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter with the score at 9-3 to the Dallas Renegades. So didn't Reed play with Chicago before he came to the Renegades? I think that's what they were just talking about there. Let's have a look.
So scary.
What do you think he's killing with that? True Green. Hey, you coming, man? Trust me, they're pros. The easiest way to get an off-course quality lawn. Sign up now. TrueGreen.com.
Yes, signed with the Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent in 2024. So the Bears practice squad, he set a UFL record, obviously, last week.
So it's nothing to do with music. It doesn't have just coffee. Shall I go again?
Enjoy the pleasure of a master.
Yeah, so he was with Chicago. Hi, Denzel. Put 0 back on Van. I assume you mean on Vaughan's. But that connection from Austin Reed to Vaughan's was looking good so far for the Dallas Renegades. Really, really good. So he said, well, that makes sense on how he plays. It looks very good. If he just continues as he's playing so far to start this season, he's going to get another chance on a practice squad. Let's change this to quarter 2.
To those who innovate, who solve problems, who build for tomorrow. What you wear must stand up to the job, not hold you back. That's why true.
So it's important for the Battlehawks that they get a stop on this drive. They need to hold the Renegades to, at worst, a field goal attempt and try and keep this a 1-score game.
Shop now at truework.com.
Any points for the Renegades on this drive will mean that the Battlehawks will have conceded more points already in this game than they did the entire first game against the DC Defenders last week, having won that 16-10. And after seeing this game, I'll have been able to watch 6 of the 8 UFL teams so far this season. So it's just the Orlando Storm and the Houston Gamblers that I haven't watched the full game on play-by-play so far. I thought after week 1 that the Gamblers were going to be the team that were going to be potentially maybe a 1 or 2 win team, but they pulled off a good win against the Stallions on Sunday night. Here we go, we're back. Start the second quarter, 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Renegades. Snap back to Austin Reed. It's dumped off into the flat. And the Battlehawks are there for a 3-yard loss. Tackle down. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 12 for the Renegades now. Back at the 27-yard line now. We've got spread formation out the shotgun for Austin Reed. 2 receivers either side. Snap back to Reed. Dadry sets off running himself up the middle and tackled down about 2 yards short of the line to gain, but there's a flag. But it looks nifty. Nifty and shifty on that run play, Austin Reed. We'll see what the flag is. I think it's against the offense, judging by the direction they're moving in. It is a 10-yard penalty. It's interesting that the Renegades, so the Battlehawks have accepted that penalty. It's going to make it a 3rd and 22. Would have been a 4th and 12 had they not declined it. So 3rd and 22. Trips left formation. Snap back to Reed. Thrown short over the middle. We've got a hook and ladder. Well, the Battlehawks are there. And it's just a 2-yard gain. And I think we're going to get a field goal attempt. Tried to set up that hook and ladder that's been so successful in the NFL this past season. But good tackle down. It's a pass completed to Vaughan's, who then tossed the ball to Stoops, but The trailing defender on Vaughan's then tackled ran straight into Stoops with his momentum. We've got a 52-yard field goal attempt from the right hash for Thika. Made a 48-yarder early, but did miss an extra point earlier. Can he convert from 52? Ball is snapped. The kick is up. It's edging towards the post. It's incomplete. So it's a miss, rather, not an incomplete. It's a miss. It doinks off the right upright. And it makes it look a good decision that the Battlehawks enforce that holding penalty to make it 3rd and 22. The score remains 9-3. And decent starting field position for the Battlehawks on the next drive as well. These points can prove costly when it comes towards the end of the game. That's 4 points so far. The Renegades have left out there after a mixed extra point and now that missed field goal could come back to haunt them in the end. So I think week 4 is going to show where every team is. It's too early in the season to write anyone off. Absolutely. I think it's just how bad the Gamblers looked against the Dallas Renegades, who are going to be one of the teams that are competing, admittedly. But that was, I don't think many people saw that coming. I think, just looking on there, the Stallions were 7.5 points, more than 7.5 point favourites to beat the Gamblers. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. But the spread is covered. The spread is covered in all 3 games so far. I'll have a look at what the spread is for this game in a second. But the defenders were 2.5 point favourites. Obviously, they won by 18. Storm were 1.5 point favourites. They won by 10. And then the Houston Gamblers were 7.5 points. You know, in the negative, really, to not lose by more than 7.5 points, and they end up winning by 2. So the spread's covered so far. Let's have a look at what the spread is for this one. I think that the Renegades were favourites. Let's have a look. Here we go. I'll get back to that in just a second. Got the Battlehawks with the ball on their own 42-yard line. Snap back to Silvers. It's a handoff on the sweep up the right side. And a 3-yard carry takes the ball up to around the 45.5-yard line. We've got the two-and-a-half point favourites, the Renegades were. So we'll see. We'll see if that plays out in the end. Snap back to Silvers. Thrown and completed in the flats and forces his way forward for a 7-yard completion. First down, Battlehawks. Into Renegades territory as well. Up at the 47-yard line. Snap back to Silvers. Loads of time to pass in the pocket. Dumps the ball off. Receiver makes a move inside and a completion for 7 yards. It was Jackson with a catch. Like I set up a 2nd and 3. We're going to call it a 2nd and 2. Good protection for Silvers on that play as well. Loads of time to pass. So a 2nd and 2 from the 40-yard line. Snap back to Silvers. It's a handoff on a sweep to the left. Breaks a tackle, dives forward for the first down. A 3-yard carry. And a new set of downs for the Battlehawks. Settled into the game a little bit now. After a poor first drive and a turnover, they've settled in. A touchdown will tie it up at 9 each. Trips right formation out the shotgun, snap back to Silvers, fired to the left though to Hakeem Butler. And a good tackle. The defender had hold of Butler's Under Armour and spun him round. And didn't let him break forward for any more yardage. So 6-yard or 7-yard completion. So 2nd and 3 from the 29-yard line. Snap back to Silvers again, looking to pass. Thrown over the middle. And it's behind Jackson. He was wide open, Jackson. Poor pass. Didn't know whether Silvers saw that pressure coming in from his right side, getting towards his face. But threw it high and behind Jackson, who did get 2 hands to it. Unable to pull it in, though. Absolutely wide open. If you hit Jackson in the numbers there, that's going to be a huge gain. So a 3rd and 3 now from the 29-yard line. Snap back to Silvers, moves out to his right. Oh, and it's nearly intercepted. It's a low pass looking for Pearson. But it was read all day by Harris, the Renegades defender. Unfortunately, it was low and fell incomplete. 4th and 3 and a decision to make for the Battlehawks. It looks like they're going to go for it. Should you take the points here? Fourth and 3 from the 29-yard line. Motions receiver from right to left. Snap back to Silvers. Loads down in the pocket. Moves out to his right now under pressure. Throws. And I think that's going to be incomplete. Silvers was backing off, getting himself into problems. Ends up just throwing it downfield, trying to make something happen. It's great defending. Great defending. And a turnover on downs. Got to question that decision. Do you not trust your kicker, or I don't know. That would have made it a 9-6 ball game had they made the field goal. But as it is, the score stays the same. 9-3 to the Renegades. An opportunity back on offense.
The most common side effects are headaches, blood pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
So Hank said the Storm is my second favourite team right now. It is mine. I said as soon as they announced that they were getting a team in Florida, I like the sound of that. And I was disappointed when I found out that Coach Becht, who's been coaching the the Battlehawks for a few seasons, was leaving St. Louis and going to Orlando. I like what he did with the Battlehawks, so I did adopt the Orlando Storm as my second team, and looking forward to the Battlehawks and Storm game. I think that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Should be a good one. It's just a shame it's not being held in St. Louis, that one. I think it's in Orlando. They only played each other once this season as well, in the regular season. Could end up being a playoff game, though. Obviously, this season we've got no conference splits. All the teams are in the same league, in the same division. And it'll be the top 4 teams that go through to the playoffs, where first place will play 4th place, second place will play 3rd place, for a chance to go to that championship game in mid-June. So, I mean, my early favourite before the season started, the 4 teams that I picked before the season started were Storm, Battlehawks, Defenders, and Stallions. They were the 4 that I predicted. But you can't rule out the Renegades, having seen what they've done so far. I didn't pick the Renegades to be one of those 4 teams, but made a really strong start to the season. In my first season of watching spring football and watching the XFL, they were a surprise team, the Arlington Renegades. Managed to come back and shock everybody. Perez at quarterback, leading them to the XFL championship and winning that one as well. It's not Perez these days, it's Austin Reed. Be interested to see if Perez ends up on another team in the UFL this season. Snap back to Reed, it's fired in. And it's behind his intended target on the quick slants, incomplete. That's going to set up a 2nd and 10. Clock ticking, just under 9 minutes left. So he's just showing you there the pre-game odds. The Dallas Renegades were 3.5-point favourites, and the over-under was 42.5. So 2nd and 10 from their own 29-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle, a huge goal. And a first down for Hunter. 11-yard carry right up the gut. First down for the Renegades. So 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line now of the Renegades. Back in shotgun. Snap back to Reed. It's a handoff on the sweep to Hunter up the right. Another huge hole. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, and tackled out right just around that 10-yard line. 2 huge runs for Hunter, an 11-yard, and then backs that up with a 50-yard carry. And the Renegades are going to be 1st and goal. Great carry from Hunter. Turned on the Jets up the right sideline and gets tackled down inside the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal. Right at the 10. It's a handoff up the left side this time. But the Battlehawks defenders are there to bring Hunter down for what looks like a 1 or 2 yard loss on the play this time. Looking to get that stretch play going. So 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. I think we've got a timeout for the Renegades. With 6 minutes, 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Renegades up 9-3. So Hank said, I'm loving the entire league. There's not a whole lot of drama between the fan, unlike the NFL. Being a Lions fan in Texas is not for the weak. The only Texas teams I like are Baylor and the Renegades. So, obviously, the fan base is something that's going to be talked about a lot with the UFL this season and the number of fans at the games. At the end of the day, for the league to be successful, they need to sell tickets. I think the biggest problem for me is not where the teams are necessarily, and not the stadiums they're in. It's the times and the times and the dates of the games. I mean, a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, is that really the most sensible time to try and get a big crowd in? It's probably not. I think you need to be having, afternoon, early evening games as often as you can, and try and get some of those younger fans in, get some families in, and sell tickets that way. I think there's been too many late kickoffs, too many 8 o'clock Eastern time kickoffs. I think next week, looking at the schedule, next week it's looking a lot better in terms of the schedule and the timings of the games. Let's have a look at week 3. So week 3, we've got that Friday night game, 8 o'clock Eastern time kickoff. It's the Orlando Storm at the Louisville Kings. But the other games next week, Saturday 12 p.m. Eastern time kickoff on the Saturday, Gamblers versus Defenders. You've got on Sunday at 12 p.m. kickoff, the Aviators versus Renegades. And then on Sunday, again, you've got a 3 p.m. kickoff, Stallions versus Battlehawks. You're much more likely to get a bigger crowd in at that time. So I think they've got to try and make games more like they've got it in week 3. I think they'll find that the fan base is and the crowd is much bigger. Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line for the Renegades. Snap back to Reed out the pistol. Fired, completed. He's got a block and dives towards the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas Renegades. It's Greg Ward. Who's fired out to the flat, and then he picked up a nice block from one of the other wide receivers, and the Renegades extend their lead.
Touchdown!
So he's reading the pistol, fired out, made one defender miss, and once he made that defender miss, he had a nice block downfield. And that helps Ward to get into the end zone. 15-3, the scoreline. And we're going to go for a 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line for the Renegades. Bit of wildcat. And he's passed into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. A nice play call for the Renegades. I think it was Ward who caught the touchdown. Was in the wildcat shotgun, sprinted out to the right, and then looking like he was going to run it, and then lofted it into the end zone, a wide open receiver. And that is the 2-point conversion, 17-3. The Renegades lead. So what's the reason for the Tuesday night game? I have no idea. But you can see if you have a look in the stadium there, there's not a lot of fans in there. There's a lot of empty seats. Be interested to see what they call the crowd attendance as. I'm sure there might be a little bit of fabrication in that. And the kick is up to the Battlehawks, and it's caught right at the goal line. Returnable and tackled down at the 30. The Battlehawks need to put a drive together. So the Battlehawks down 14 points in this one with 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Got an empty backfield for Silvers. Looking to pass, fired towards the right sideline. It's caught for a 6 or 7 yard gain on first down. Going to set up a 2nd and 3 now. It's important the Battlehawks score points on this drive. Ideally, take as much time as they can off the clock as well. Spread formation. Quick fired out to the flat. Gets a block. And pushed out of bounds after a 4-yard gain. It's Pearson with a catch. Similar to that touchdown that the Renegades just had. Made a player miss. Got a block up front. And it's a first down for the Battlehawks. Snap back to Silvers, looking to pass. Deep drop. Dumps it off to the running back who knew he was going to get hit. I think it's Howard. He knew he was going to get hit. Took his eyes off the ball. Incomplete pass. Going to set up a 2nd and 10. Clock ticking close to the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. So spread formation again for Silvers. Drops back, looking to pass, sets up the running back screen to Howard. Only a small gain though, a 2-yard gain. Going to set up a 3rd and long. Didn't get the blocking that he'd hoped for on that one. So 3rd and 8. Four and a half minutes left in the second quarter. And the Battlehawks, from their own 44-yard line, trips right formation out the shotgun for Silvers. Snap back to him. Looking to pass. Fire deep over the middle. Dangerous looking pass. Nowhere near his intended target. And fortunately, it died just in front of the Renegade safety. Incomplete pass. And the Battlehawks are going to have to punt. Oh, very dangerous looking pass. And the punt is up. Fair catch call for at the 20-yard line. Not the best punt either for the Battlehawks. And Austin Reed comes out already with a 14-point lead, looking to add to that before the half. Plenty of time left in this second quarter. With a lead of 17-3. This Renegades offense is looking pretty good. Already Austin Reed in this game. 10 for 15, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So that's 5 touchdowns on the season so far and nearly 500 passing yards as well. Early front runner for MVP of the season, that's for sure, Austin Reed. So 3-14 J-Rock. The Battlehawks offense sucks. If the Battlehawks win, it's going to be due to the defense and not the offense, just like in week 1. I mean, that's what happened, isn't it? I mean, the defenders got off to a great start against the Battlehawks in the first quarter in week 1. But then all of a sudden, the defense came to play in the final 3 quarters, ended up with 7 sacks, a couple of turnovers, interceptions in that one as well. The offense did just enough to win the game in the second half, just enough. But they're in a much bigger hole right now, especially if the Renegades score again on this drive. You know, they could be getting the ball back down 24-3 or worse. So important they get a stop. Ideally a turnover. Or get the ball back in another chance to possess the ball before half-time. They do get the ball to start the second half, the Battlehawks as well. So if they can get a quick stop here, get some points for half-time, they've got a chance for that double score, that double possession just before half-time and just after half-time. Got to get a stop, though. The plays that the Battlehawks are running should be working, though, which is wild. It is. You know, the earlier interception that Silvers threw right on that first drive. Akeem Butler was wide open. He threw it behind him. He's also had another couple of easy throws that you'd expect a quarterback to make. Wide open receivers that he's missed. Made a couple of nice throws as well. That deep shot down the left sideline to Butler. Being one of the standout plays, but it's the Renegades with the ball. And the Battlehawks will be hoping their defense can get off the field. Snap back to Reed. It's a play action pass, boot out to his left. It's completed for a first down to Stoops. 11-yard completion before being pushed out of bounds. First down for the Renegades. This just seems to be calling whatever they want at the moment, the Renegades, and it's working. Had they not had a missed field goal, they would have scored on every one of their 4 drives so far. Touchdown, field goal. Then they had the missed field goal. Then the touchdown. This game could quite easily be 21-3 because they had a missed extra point earlier as well. It could be 21-3 at this point. Pistol formation. Snap back to Reed. It's going to be a pass play. Fired over the middle. It's caught by Vaughns for a 9-yard completion. He just looks really settled in there, Austin Reed. He's been the most impressive quarterback that I've seen so far in the UFL this season. That was nice. Nice shift of his body. Looked like he was going to be throwing it out. Set up the screen to the right. Came back around and hit Vaughns. Looks really composed. Got all the time in the world in the pocket, to be fair. But looks really composed in there. We've got single back formation on 2nd and 1 from their own 40. It's a handoff this time. And does just enough to barrel his way forward for a 2-yard run. It's Merriweather. And another set of downs for the Renegades. And that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning as well. The Battlehawks have got no timeouts left. And the Renegades are just absolutely dominating this game so far. So Hank said, "I've been so close to the end zone. I know that O-line is frustrated. Someone's going to have enough and force their way in." It's just tough sledding for the offense and the defense of the Battlehawks at the minute. You know, the offense not being able to string enough plays together. They had that nice drive that they end up getting stopped and inside the 5-yard line. Set up for that 20-yard field goal. They had another opportunity to kick a field goal back when the score was 9-3. Could have made it a 9-6 ball game. They didn't. They rolled the dice on 4th and 3. Didn't convert. Renegades made them pay. You're going to have to regroup at halftime. Oh, this could get nasty, this scoreline. That's why we're at the game break here. We will be having our week 2 episode come out for the UFL on our YouTube channel tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. If you haven't already, watch it over on YouTube, or if you're watching on one of the other platforms, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of our content this UFL season. We'll have a weekly episode plus weekly live streams as well. So it'll be week 2. On there, we'll be having a recap, highlights of the 4 games from week 2. We'll be talking about the key takeaways. Have a look at the standings. and then look ahead to week 3 and make our predictions for week 3 as well. So make sure you come and check that one out. That'll be live tomorrow evening or tomorrow night. Would usually be on a Tuesday, but with this game going ahead on Tuesday night, we'll have to push it on a day onto the Wednesday. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button just below. Absolutely free to do. It helps us out and helps us push this out on YouTube. And hit that subscribe button as well. It's absolutely free. And lets you know when we release our weekly videos over on YouTube as well. Play action pass for Austin Reed. Loads of time. Again, throws towards the left sideline. It's away from the intended targets, Tyler Vaughan's. It's incomplete. Vaughan's wanted a penalty, wanted a flag. Not going to get one, though. Looked like it should have been a penalty as well, looking at where Vaughan's jersey ended up. On second down, it's just a handoff, which is completely stuffed by the Battlehawks. Now, as I said, the Battlehawks can't call a timeout because they've got none. They burned through them very quickly in the second quarter. But we have got an injured Battlehawks player down now, so we've got an injury timeout. Have a good night. Ablation on my neck in the morning. Watch my pick lose isn't on my list for tonight. Thanks for the broadcast. Appreciate it, Brian. Thank you for coming along. You never know. You never know. The Battlehawks might turn it around. Made a couple of plays on defense here. Hopefully we can get the ball back and do something, especially in the second half. But appreciate you coming along. Let's make sure you check out our video tomorrow, Brian. And hopefully we'll see you in next week's live stream. Appreciate you. Have a good week.
Marshalls, our buyers hustle 24/7, so you never have to compromise on quality or price. Who said expensive taste had to be that expensive? We get the deals, you get the good stuff.
Chicken al pastor is the back at Chipotle. Where the buyer meets flavor.
There's a big play coming up for the Battlehawks, this next one.
Where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill and where fans meet their favorite.
It's a opportunity to try and force a punt and have a little bit of time to work with before half-time. Another first down for the Renegades here would mean the Battlehawks would likely not see it again this half. But if this game was to get out of hand, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Battlehawks make a change at quarterback. Give somebody else a shot. If Brandon Silves is still struggling. Hasn't been encouraging so far, it has to say, his quarterback play. He's 12 for 21, 101 yards and 1 interception. Compared to Austin Reed's 12 for 18, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. To start this game. Can the Battlehawks get a stop? Big play on 3rd and 9. So 3rd and 9 from their own 44-yard line. Snap back to Reed. Fired. Caught by Vaughns. First down, Renegades inside the 45-yard line of the Battlehawks. And now it's about damage limitation for St. Louis now. Trips right formation out the shotgun for the Renegades from the 44-yard line. Snap back to Reed. Looking to pass under pressure. And sort of just lets the ball go forward as he's getting tackled down. The first time we've really seen Reed face any pressure. And he could get done for a grounding. It does. Intentional grounding against Reed. Finally, that pressure came in off his blind side. And he just flicked it forward dangerously, actually. saw the defender coming last second and just flipped it forward. There's no receiver in the area. So 54 seconds left in the second quarter. The Renegades have one timeout remaining. The Battlehawks have got no timeouts remaining. So 2nd and 20 for the Renegades. They're back on their own side of the field now, back at their own 46-yard line. 2nd and 20. Shotgun formation spreads out the shotgun. And we'll see. We've got a flag. Are they calling offsides or false start? They're calling offside against the Renegades. You can hear Austin Reed shouting 96 defense on the inside. He's not going to get the call, though. It goes against the offense. Going to set up a 2nd and 25 now for the Renegades. So 2nd and 25 from their own 41-yard line. Spread formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Reed. Looking to pass. Steps in. It's tipped. And falls incomplete off that deflection. It's going to set up a 3rd and 25 now.
I think he does. I got that sense.
So 3rd and 25. Reed under centre. It's a handoff up the middle, but bounces to the right, and it's just a 3-yard carry. It's going to bring up 4th down. The Battlehawks can't time out, though, so it's going to take the clock right down to around 6 seconds. And we might not even get a punt here. We might get Austin Reed running around a little bit and then throwing it out of bounds.
They can't punt it if they want because that restriction on punting across the time.
Well, it sounds like they're going to go for a Hail Mary. You're going to call the Hail Mary with 5 seconds left on 4th and 21. We'll see how far he can throw it. So they just trying to change the ball quickly because they had a kicking ball out there. So trying to put a regular ball out there now. We'll see just how far Austin Reed can throw it. Sheesh, come on, Reed. Let's see. Six seconds on the clock. 4th and 21. And the call is Hail Mary. They're on their own 45-yard line, so he's going to have to heave this. Snap back to Reed. Throws it up in the air. It doesn't go anywhere near. Doesn't even reach the 25-yard line. He was scrambling around and just lofted it up high up in the air. But that takes us to the half. With the Renegades leading 17-3. It will be the Battlehawks that receive the second half kick. But they've got some talking through to do in this half-time interval. We've got to figure something out. Got to script some drives to come out with on that first opening drive. And must score some points. Got to get in the end zone. Make it a one-score game. And go from there. We're going to take a short break. Just for half-time. Hopefully you can join us for the second half. Just before we do take that break. We've got Hank said that would have been crazy if that would have worked. It would have. The pressure came in, didn't he? Scrambling out to his left and just sort of tried to throw it as quick as he could. And he just slipped out and went high up in the air. But just before we do go for the break, if you're watching over on YouTube or if you do follow on YouTube, just let you know that we have got memberships open. If you want to show your support to the channel and get some exclusive perks as well. Here are memberships. We have a tier 1 membership, Pro Bowler tier. You get custom emojis to use in the chat, loyalty badges, members only live chats, members only polls, member shout outs, and priority reply to comments as well. Next tier, MVP tier, you get all the Pro Bowler perks as well as a personalized welcome graphic into our live streams that we'll create for you based on your team, your theme, and you can pick some music to go along with that as well. Members only shorts, entry into our 2026-27 Dynasty Fantasy League for the 26-27 season of the NFL season. We've got obviously 11 spots open for that and a discount on our NFL UK Ops merchandise from our store. And our final tier is the Hall of Fame. You get all the perks from the previous 2 tiers, as well as members-only live streams and virtual meetups, early access to our new videos, priority game video and emote suggestions, and eligible to be a channel moderator as well. If you would like to support the channel and get some of those perks, you can hit the join button that's just below. I'll put the link in the chat as well. There you go. We appreciate it. All money that we do get from the content that we produce over on YouTube, Twitch and Kick as well, we're putting towards saving up to do a sports trip across to the US in 2027, hopefully in autumn 2027. So all the money that we do get goes towards that. So appreciate everyone that comes onto our live streams anyway. But the way to show some extra support is by signing up as a member. So that is how to do it. So thank you very much for everyone that has joined us for that first half. We're just going to take a short break just for half time. We're back for the second half. Hopefully you can join us, and hopefully the Battlehawks offense can also join us for that as well. We'll see you very shortly. Hello, we're back for the second half of the St Louis Battlehawks versus the Dallas Renegades. And hopefully the Battlehawks have figured something out at halftime. They're going to be receiving the second half kickoff. And yeah, let's hopefully they make a game of it, because so far the offense has been pretty poor compared to the Renegades offense that has been pretty much on point. Austin Meade has continued where he left off last week against the Gamblers, thrown for 2 touchdowns. Tyler Vaughan's, again, a touchdown and over 100 yards receiving already in this game. Here we go. The kick is up. It's returnable from the 4-yard line. Bounce to the left sideline. He's at the 30 and steps out at the 40-yard line. Good start return for the Battlehawks. Need to build upon that now. Get into the end zone and get us back to a 1-score game. So 1st and 10 for the Battlehawks from their own 40-yard line. Snap back to Silvers, a handoff up the middle and immediately stuffed. Not sure he even got back to the line there. Looked like a half-a-yard loss on the play. Not really what you want to script up for the first offensive play of the second half. So 2nd and 10 now. Trips right formation. Snap back to Silvers, looking to pass. He hits Howard out the backfield. Bounces off a tackle and steps out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. It's going to set up a 3rd and 5. And it feels like a big 3rd and 5 already in this second half. Don't want to be giving the Renegades the ball back already at this point. Got an empty backfield for Silvers. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. You got Hakeem Butler in the slot to his left. Snap back to Silvers. Fired over the middle. I'm going to say it was caught, but Pearson drops one. Should have been an easy catch. He was wide open over the middle. And if he had caught it, there was free space out in front as well. It's going to be 4th and 4. And I think the Battlehawks are going to punt. A disappointing start on their opening drive. It didn't need to be that low. Pearson had to lean down. I mean, he should have caught it. But here comes the punt. A good punt as well. Returnable from the 7-yard line. And a good tackle. Return to the 15-yard line by Stoops. So a good start for the Dallas Renegades in the second half. Already up 14 points. And now quickly have the ball back in this 3rd quarter as well. Let me know in the chat. What do we reckon? Do we see a Battlehawks comeback? Or could this scoreline get embarrassing and look a similar scoreline to what the Renegades did to the Gamblers in week 1? Let me know. I think, personally, even though I am a Battlehawks fan, I can only see this game going one way at the minute. I can only see it being a Renegades win. It doesn't really look like it's going to be close at the minute. So, hopefully they prove me wrong. But I did pick the Battlehawks to win this one as well. So that means that I would be 2 and 2 for this week if the Renegades win this one. I picked against the Battlehawks last week. I thought the DC would beat them. I went 3 and 1 last week. My one loss was the Battlehawks. I went with them this week, but it looks like they're going to let me down. Let me know what you think. Do we see Battlehawks or do we see Renegades advancing to 2-0. There'll only be 2 undefeated teams even after just week 2. There'll only be 2 undefeated teams in the UFL. We've got the Orlando Storm, and it'll either be the Renegades or the Battlehawks at the top.
And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to dealdash.com right now for huge savings
And free shipping from our US warehouse.
St. Louis can bring it back and make it close or tie it before the end. I like your confidence, Hank. I know that you're a Renegades fan as well. So maybe it's reverse psychology. But they're going to have to do something on off their life. They just can't sustain drives at the moment. I think he just starts at the quarterback position as well. There we go. 1st and 10 from the 15. It's a handoff up the right. Spout tries to bounce back inside, but is met by several Battlehawks defenders stuffed at the line. It's going to set up a 2nd and 10.
Black travel 50 shell action on the turbo.
2nd and 10. Austin Reed in the shotgun. Snap back to him. He's looking to pass. And he hits his receiver in the flat, but good tackling by the Battlehawks. Limit that to half a yard gain. It's going to be a 3rd and long coming up. Better from the Battlehawks, but important that they get off the field on this 3rd down now. Really important they don't allow a 1st down. Tips left formation out the shotgun this time for Reed. I think we've got a neutral zone infraction as well. Neutral zone infraction against the Battlehawks. That's going to be half the distance now that they need. It's a nice cadence, to be fair, from Austin Reed. They knew the Battlehawks defensive line were going to be itching to get down the field to him. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 now. Got spread formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Reed. It's going to be a pass play. Fired. Caught. 1st down, Renegades. Need of 4. Got 6. It's Tyler Vaughan again. It's Austin Reed's go-to guy. And it's just another mistake from the Battlehawks. Hurting themselves in this game. Get themselves into a good position, force a 3rd and 10 situation. And that was a costly penalty. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 28-yard line for the Renegades. Snap back to Reed. It's a handoff up the middle to Hunter, but completely stuffed at the line by Feeney. And that's going to set up a 2nd and 10. Seems to be stuffing the run pretty well. But can they get the stops through the air? That's the question. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 11. Snap back to Reed. Keeps it. Interception at the 35. And the first mistake of Austin Reed in this UFL season. There's a run pass option. He decided to keep it himself, though, right across the middle of the field and picked off right around the 34-yard line. And the Battlehawks get the turnover they need. Now, this is an opportunity they've got to make the most of. So that interception means nothing if Battlehawks offense doesn't score a touchdown. They've got to get into the end zone. They have to get into the end zone. Snap back to Silvers. Under pressure. Scrambles out. Shovel pass. And a completion for 3 yards upfield. The pocket was collapsing. It looked like he was going to be taken down for a sack, but managed to sneak out of it. And then shovel pass forward. Second and 7. Trips right formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Silvers. It's a handoff up the middle to Howard, who's tackled down after a half-yard gain. So come on, Hawks, make this more respectable. And that's coming from a Renegades fan. Just, he wants a close game. Give us an entertaining game. Third and 6. Spread formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Silvers. Lofted pass down the left sideline to absolutely nobody. I'm not sure who he was throwing that one to. It's similar to one that he hit Butler on in that first half. So it looks like they are going to attempt a field goal. Disappointing to get the ball in that excellent starting field position. Got a 45-yard field goal from the left hash. Well, actually, if it was from in between the hashes, rather. McCann is good. We have the field goal. 17-6 is the score. Still down by 11, though. Still down by 11. But is the comeback on? So Hank said, for real, I don't like blowouts. So even though he's a Renegades fan, he just wants the Battlehawks to put up some fight. If you're a sport of a team that hasn't had a blowout win in so long, I'm not saying Renegades, but if you're a fan of any team in any sport who hasn't had a blowout win for a long time, it's nice just to sit there and watch a game and relax sometimes. I mean, I'm a Patriots fan in the NFL, so getting to this season and actually being able to relax on a few of the games this season and enjoy some comfortable wins was nice. And the trip to the Super Bowl was also nice as well. I don't think there's going to be, looking at their Patriots schedule for next season, I don't think it's going to be a simple... I don't think it's going to be as simple next year. They've got a very tough schedule, having had a nice schedule this time around. They've got a very tough schedule for next season. But if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. And they got outplayed in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. Fair play. Usually it takes me a bit of time to get over Super Bowl loss. But they were never really in it, to be honest. Got completely outplayed. So Hank said, I was going for Pats in the Super Bowl. I think we're in the minority if you were cheering for the Pats in the Super Bowl. definitely in the minority. But it was good to be back in the big game. I'm sure they'll be back again with Drake May.
Makes the right decision, stopped, and the ball thrown over his head, and they had a conversation.
So here we go with the kickoff. Got the Battlehawks kicking it back to the Renegades. Kick is up. Returnable from the 5-yard line. Right up the middle. A tackle down around the 34-yard line, but we have also got a flag on the play. We'll see who this is going against. Usually it goes against the kick return team, but we'll see. Looks like a hold against the return team. There we go. So that's going to push the Renegades further back. But the first mistake from Austin Reed. First turnover from him. We'll see how easily he can shake that off on this next drive. See where the Renegades are starting. So start from their own 24-yard line. Snap back to Reed. Quick fire pass. Caught. And it's going to be a first down for the Renegades. 12-yard completion. A good start for them. He does look really calm, composed character, Austin Reed. I mean, you could argue the Battlehawks haven't put him under enough pressure. But I like his mechanics in the pocket. I like how he does look relaxed. Go pistol formation from their own 36-yard line. Snap back to Reed. It's a handoff straight up the middle. And just a 1-yard carry. We'll set up a 2nd and 9.
Jam number 2. Here we go. Goal right, 63 Lexus. It's the RPO side, Jam. We're good. Here we go. Here we go.
So from their own 38-yard line now, calling it a 2nd and 8. Spread formation, snap back to Reed, looking to pass, fired over the middle. It's caught, wide open, makes a move, and takes the ball. It stoops with the catch and run, takes the ball just into Battlehawks territory. It's a drag route straight across, catches the ball. It's a nice pass from Reed, right where the ball needs to be. As Stoops coming across, catch on the move, and off he went. It's 43 yards for Stoops off 3 catches now as well. We've got a play action pass. And then hits the hands of the running back Merriweather. But it's incomplete. The pressure sort of came through on Reed there. He got rid of it quicker than I think he would have liked to. So 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Battlehawks. They can't punt on this drive now. So it's 4-down territory or field goal attempt. Snap back to Reed, looking to pass. Fired. Incomplete, but we do get Laundry. Let's see what they're going to call. And it's a pass interference against defense. Let's have a look. It's pulling back on the shoulder and the arm. They're going to call it 1st and 10 for the Renegades. So from the 41-yard line of the Battlehawks, it's Austin Reed under centre, single back formation. It is a handoff up the right side, but the Battlehawks are there. It looks like it's going to be a yard loss on the plate. So the rush defence seems to have come to play this second half. Let's need that pass defence to do the same. Second and 11. Just under 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Snap back to Austin Reed. Time throws over the middle. It's caught. Close to a first down. He might be half a yard short. They're going to call him half a yard short on it. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 coming up. Austin Reed under centre. Looks run heavy formation from the 32-yard line. It's a jet sweep. I don't think he's going to get there. It's a handoff to Vaughns. And I think he's half a yard short of the line to gain. Talking on the sideline whether they're going to go for it. I think they probably are. They just talked about what's your best run play.
Let's go, Arizona. Slice. Let's go. 11. Saul was Greg Ward at quarterback. Arizona like that. Hey, black. Arizona cold. Arizona cold. Black.
So they're going to try and run it. They're going to try and run it on 4th and 1. The run defense of the Battlehawks have been pretty good in the second half. Here we go. Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's got it. Needed half a yard, and I think Merriweather just got there. Just. That was close. That was close. Real close. They're going to give it them now. It's 1st and 10 for the Renegades. Trips right formation. And it's a handoff of the left. And the Battlehawks defenders are there again. It's going to be a yard or 2 loss on the plate. The rush defense is playing well. Means nothing though if the pass defense isn't there and if your offense isn't scoring. Means nothing. So trips right, out the shotgun, snap back to Austin Reed, fired over the middle, ball gets battered up in the air. And it went straight up in the air. right above Austin Reed, and he knocks the ball down. It hits the big defensive tackle in the face and goes right up in the air. Fortunately for the Renegades, it falls incomplete. It's going to set up a 3rd and 12 now. This drive's been going over 6.5 minutes. That's not good news for the Battlehawks. They need the ball back. I think we've got a first timeout being called for the Renegades, with about 1.5 minutes left of this 3rd quarter.
Use outdoor fridges, freezers too. Oops. That's why the Coors Light Mountains turn blue. Because people don't just like beer. They like Coors beer.
So as we said, there's one part of the Battlehawks that has played well today, is that rush defense. They gave up a couple of big plays in that first half, just a couple to Hunter, one big 50-yard run. But apart from that, they've been pretty stout. This is a big play coming up for them. On a 3rd and 12, can they get a sack? Can they get a force an interception? Force the Renegades further back? Or at worst, keep it to a field goal attempt and not allow the Renegades to take a bigger lead than 26. But the Battlehawks have got to score points on the next drive. They have to get into the end zone. Field goals are not going to be good enough. They have to get into the end zone if they're going to make a game of this. Let's say the Renegades score a field goal, make it 26. Battlehawks managed to get into the end zone extra point. That makes it a 20-13 game. All of a sudden, it's all to play for. That's a big if at the moment because the St Louis Battlehawks have not been consistent enough on offense to make it look convincing that they can put serious points on the board. Let's have a look forward to next week. What games have we got next week? So we've got on Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Orlando Storm at the Louisville Kings. The Kings have look good in week 1 against the Stallions, and at times look good, okay, against the Storm. So it's actually a rematch, isn't it, from this week, isn't it? Just the other way around. Snap back to Austin Reed, thrown over the middle. It's caught by the running back, Merriweather, who makes a spin move and manages to gain 14 yards to take the ball inside the 20. Just not being consistent enough on defense, have they? In that, especially in the pass game. Makes one spin move. And that's it, he's gone. So into the red zone go the Renegades. Snap back to Reeds. Handoff straight up the middle to Merriweather again. That looks like a 4 or 5 yard carry right up the middle. And we might be down to the final play of the 3rd quarter on this 2nd and 6. Single back formation from the 14-yard line. It is a handoff again up the middle. But Merriweather's stuffed 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I think that's how the 3rd quarter is going to end. With a 3rd and 8 coming. We have got a flag though. We'll see what this one is. It's like a personal foul against the Battlehawks.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 96, defense. Penalty, after distance to the goal, an automatic first down.
Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down, and the Battlehawks just continue to hurt themselves. Let's see what happens. 96. That's going to be on Austin Reed.
First down and goal as a result of the penalty. Carlos Davis, who has spent the last couple of seasons with the Birmingham Stallions. Yeah, he's a really good player, championship level player.
Can't actually see what he did.
Big midfield. First down.
And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter.
First down and goal, the ball at the 8-yard line. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Dallas with an opportunity as the fourth quarter.
Got to keep him out of the end zone. This gets to 24-6. Even though that is still technically a two-score game at 18 points. That's a long way back for the Battlehawks when they haven't shown that they can consistently put drives together. Well, there we go. So, so looking forward to next week. We've got a Friday night game, the 8 p.m. Eastern time. Orlando Storm at the Louisville Kings. So it's a rematch of week 2, which the Storm came out as home winners 19-9. A close one. We've then got on Saturday, 12 p.m. lunchtime kickoff. Houston Gamblers at the DC Defenders. The Gamblers pulled off the shock of the week this week by beating the Stallions. Can they do it again at DC? Then on Sunday, we've got a double header. We've got the Columbus Aviators, the winless Columbus Aviators, at the Dallas Renegades, who could themselves be one of the 2 remaining unbeaten teams. So it looks like a big mismatch at this moment in time. It's going to be played at the Toyota Stadium again here where we're playing this one. But can the Aviators put something together and pull off the shock of the week in week 3? We will see. And then the final game of week 3 will be a 3 p.m. Eastern time kickoff on Sunday. It's the Birmingham Stallions who will travel to play the St Louis Battlehawks. And we will be live streaming play-by-play of that game. On Sunday, we will do the Birmingham Stallions at the St Louis Battlehawks. For me, that is the game of the week next week, and it does involve the Battlehawks as well. Could be 2 teams in that game that are looking to bounce back after having tough week 2 losses. The Birmingham Stallions getting beaten by that walk-off field goal of the Gamblers on Sunday. The Battlehawks being manhandled at the moment by the Dallas Renegades. So it should be a good one. So make sure you join us for that. It'll be a 3 p.m. Eastern time kickoff on Sunday. That's an 8 o'clock evening kickoff over here in the UK. So more respectable time. Bear in mind that currently, right now, it is 20 past 3 in the morning. I'm just going to show that penalty again. Why did he do that? Davis was walking back to the defensive line, decided just to headbutt a Renegades player in the back of the helmet as he walked past. What a stupid penalty. Dear me. So it's first and goal from the 8-yard line for the Renegades. Snap back to Austin Reed. The pressure comes. Lofted pass. Incomplete. It was there for Hodges. Couldn't quite reach it. It's incomplete. 2nd and goal.
But if you're Curtis Hodge, you got to make that play for
So 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line coming up for the Dallas Renegades. It's got short injury timeouts. As Isom comes off the field for the Battlehawks. The Battlehawks, you've got to keep the Renegades out of the end zone here. Have to do it. Second goal from the 8-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the right. Motions. Bournes in slightly from the left into the slot. Snap back to Austin Reed. Lofted pass to the right. Touchdown. And guess who? It's Tyler Vaughan's again. Motioned him in from the right, out wide into the slot. He then ran the corner route. And that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. His 3rd touchdown catch in the last 2 weeks. And this is starting to look like a route.
Touchdown!
Really nice route. Really nice route from Tyler Vaughan's. Austin Reed throws his 3rd touchdown of the game as well to back up his 3 touchdowns last week. Putting up some numbers. So here comes the extra point attempt. It's lined up right down the middle in between the hashes. And the kick splits the uprights this time. It makes the scoreline 24-6. And the only good news for the Battlehawks is the fact that this still is technically a 2-score game, with it being 18 points. But that's about it. That's about where the good news starts and ends, is the fact that 2 scores is still 18 points in the UFL. We will see. We will see, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Battlehawks don't score on the next drive. We see another quarterback step in for Brandon Silvers. It's going to be a fight in the 4th quarter now. You think there's going to be a fight in the 4th quarter? You think the Battlehawks will lose their heads? That's more likely, I think. I don't know if we're going to see much of a fight. They have to score a touchdown on this drive if they want any slight hope of keeping this a respectable game. They have to score a touchdown on this drive. And they're going to have to go for a 3-pointer as well. I'm sure crazier things have happened, but we will see.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase. This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21. And I got it for $16. And shipping is all.
So it's looking like the
Go to dealdash.com right now and see how much
Dallas Renegades are going to advance to 2-0 to join the Orlando Storm as the only 2 undefeated teams in the UFL this season. Heading into week 3. The Renegades will be at home against the winless Columbus Aviators in week 3. And the Orlando Storm will be travelling to take on the Louisville Kings on Friday night as well. who are also winless. The kick is up, returnable from the 1 yard line for the Battlehawks. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. There's a handoff up the left side, and it's a good run. Keeps his legs pounding. 7-yard carry. A pick six would definitely change the momentum. No, if it's a Battlehawks pick six, it won't. It's a handoff. Again, nice shiftiness. It's a 1st down. Needed 3 yards, got 4 yards. It's a 1st down for the Battlehawks. Trips right formation out the shotgun. It's a handoff again up the middle. And a 6-yard carry takes the ball just into Renegades territory, and it means no punts. But the Battlehawks can't be punting now. It's got to be 4 down territory. Only a touchdown will do now. So from the Renegades 49-yard line, we've got trips right formation out the shotgun for Silvers. Snap back to him. It's going to be a pass play this time. Deep pass down the right. And it was a jump ball between the defender and the wide receiver. And great defense. I think, to be fair, the receiver had to come back and play the defender to bat the ball away. Otherwise, it could have been an interception. So 3rd and 5 for the Battlehawks from the 49-yard line. Trips right formation. Snap back 2. Silvers fired in. Caught. And we're going to get a flag on the play as well. What is the flag on? It was a great tackle. He went up, caught it, McBride, and while he was in the air, got hit and pushed back.
After the catch for a 1st down, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 6 of defense, this sportsman penalty the game. 15-yard penalty, that is a dangerous play.
15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. So that's a gift. It's a gift for the Battlehawks. Can they take advantage? So the ball is now up to the 28-yard line of the Renegades. Can the Battlehawks get into the end zone? Snap back to Silvers. It's a handoff to Howard, who gets hit behind the line and has to spring forwards just to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Trying to really mix up the play calling. A lot of runs. They've got to speed things up. Could do with going no huddle, really. Got a spread formation out the shotgun this time. 28-yard line of the Renegades. Snap back to Silvers, looking to pass. It's complete to the 22-yard line. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4. We've got just under 11 minutes left in this game. And the Battlehawks have to get into the end zone on this drive. Will be 4 down territory. If they don't convert this, they will have to go for it. It's trips right formation out the shotgun this time. Snap back to Silvers. Fired. Caught. 1st down to the Battlehawks. Hits the big-bodied Hakeem Butler, who catches it down to the 15-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15. And where was this earlier from the Battlehawks? Spread formation out the shotgun. Motion to receiver from left to right is now trips right formation. And it's a handoff on the sweep. And Latulis just gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to set up a 2nd and 10. And it's just wasting valuable time. I think you're in throwing territory. I think you have to throw. I think you have to throw on every play here. Shotgun formation. Snap back to Silver. It's going to be a pass play. Sets off running himself and dives forward about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Just going to get him down to the 10 and set up a 3rd and 5 for the Battlehawks. It's a 3rd and 5 for the Battlehawks. From the 10-yard line, it's an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap back to Silvers. Passes too far out in front of the receiver. Neville is incomplete. It's going to set up a 4th and 5, and the Battlehawks are going to have to go for it. They're going to have to go for it. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap back to Silvers. Looking to pass. Fired. Caught. Touchdown. I think. It's Neville. He got into the end zone last week against the DC Defenders. Tyler Neville, the tight ends. Let's just check. So it's a drag route from Neville. Catch. He dives towards the end zone. Did he have the ball? Did he have the ball? I think he did fumble it, but he did also recover it. Oh, no, he gets in. I was going to challenge. There was offensive pass interference.
Oh no, after Absolutely not. Very good job by Pearson setting it up and then dodging and getting out of the way.
That's going to be a touchdown. Neville dives. He breaks the plane.
To me, as I'm watching this shot, he sets up to kind of initiate the block, but he backs away.
Yeah, it's not.
And really, the defender extends his arm.
We're going to give the touchdown.
Touchdown!
I'm going to call it. That's a touchdown. But what looked interesting is the Battlehawks looked like they were going to go for 2 rather than 3. Like, I get the thinking is if they get the 2, it makes it a 10-point ball game, which is a touchdown and a field goal. They've just announced a touchdown. A touchdown, a field goal, but surely you go for 3 here and try and make it a 1-score game. Because if you don't make the 2 anyway, it's 24-12. It's still a 12-point game. You're still going to need 2 touchdowns. Oh, they are going to go for 3. They've changed their minds. There you go. No, we'll see. Now, if they get in for this 3-pointer, I will believe that we've still got a game on our hands. It's a 3-point attempt, which means the ball is placed at the 8-yard line. 1 shot at the end zone from the 8-yard line. Can they get in? Spread formation. Snap back to Silvers. Thrown towards the end zone. It's caught! It's caught by Hakeem Butler in the end zone. We've got a 1-score game. I thought it was going to be an interception. I'm not sure what happened there. Brandon Silvers throws towards the end zone. Oh, we're showing a replay of the touchdown. I want to see the 3-point conversion. Throws. He just seemed to steal that away. It seemed to be like on Madden a few years ago, quite a few years ago, where you had what we called the phaser, where you saw a player's receiver's arms go through a defender to catch the ball and then bring it back in. That's what that looked like. But, hey, we've got a game. We've got a game. Eight yards is all you need. Hey, they found a way. They found a way. How many minutes in the game left? Just under 8 minutes. 7 minutes, 58 seconds left. So there's plenty of time. There's loads of time left in this game now, in a 1-score game. Hey, you got to believe. You got to believe. Let's change that scoreline. Definitely looks a lot more respectable now at 24-15. Defense needs to either keep us back and lose yardage on the plays or get a pick. Well, we'll see. 5 minutes would have been too close, but that extra 3 minutes changed a lot. It does. 8 minutes is plenty of time. If the Battlehawks can get a stop on this drive, they've definitely got a chance. The run defense has looked good. It's just the pass defense hasn't. The pass defense hasn't looked good. They're giving away stupid penalties at times, just like the Renegades did on that drive, actually, didn't they? They with that personal foul. But we'll see. Just stole it away, Hakeem Butler. The defender had it and he just snatched it away. The kick is up. It bounces at the 16-yard line, scooped up, returnable from Merriweather, returned up to the 27-yard line. Now, Battlehawks defense. Can you do something you haven't done very often this game and get a stop? So we go. We've got a flag. There's a neutral zone infraction against the Battlehawks. Not the best start. I just show Tyler Neville went to jump up and bounce. Pistol formation for the Renegades from their own 34-yard line. It's a boot out to the right. Fired and wide from Austin Reed. It's a incomplete pass. Just set up a 2nd and 5. Look at that. First half, 77 rushing yards for the Renegades. Only 1 rushing yard in the second half. Told you to shut that rushing game down. Same formation, pistol. Snap back to Reed. Handoff up the middle this time. Just a 2-yard gain for Hunter. He's going to set up a 3rd and 3. Can the Battlehawks get off the field? The clock is ticking right around the 7-minute mark. Likely going to be a pass play. Trips right formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Reed. Thrown into the flat, but there's a defender there. And it's going to be a 4 or 5 yard loss on the play. 4th down. And I think the Renegades are going to have to punt. Wasn't the best pass from Reed. Gave Hunter too much to do and the defender was on him immediately after catching it. 4th and 6 and the Renegades are going to punt. Should be a decent starting field position as well, depending on how good this punt is. I think we've got a flag. Delay a game, I think. Delay a game, so that's going to push them 5 yards further back. Make it a 4th and 11. So we go 4th and 11. 5.5 minutes left. The punt is up. Caught at the 35, makes a move to the left. And tackle down at the 46-yard line. Here we go. Who would have thought it? I mean, I was not a believer myself. But it looks like we have got a game on our hands. The Battlehawks are a touchdown and a 3-point conversion away from tying this game up at 24 apiece. For a long time, this game, they haven't looked in it. But they're in it now if they can get into the end zone and a 3-point conversion. Got to believe. No, Hank, you call for it. You call for a close game. We've got one now. Doesn't look a blowout, this scoreline anymore. Better now than never. We'll see if they can pull it off. We'll see if they can pull it off. We haven't had a tied ball game yet in the UFL this season, so we haven't had that penalty shootout type situation. As of yet, could this be the game that we get that? If the Renegades are able to tie the Battlehawks are able to tie this game up. They're in a good position now, the Battlehawks, as well, because they can, if they're able to score a touchdown now, even if they don't get the 3-point conversion, if they can get another stop, they just need a field goal to tie it. So they are in a good position now. We'll just have to see if they can actually get into the end zone on this possession. I just don't have confidence. I just don't have confidence in Silvers.
Well, St. Louis has had some real miscues tonight. They're still in this game despite the early interception that cost them an opportunity. Despite a 4th down failure, they couldn't convert on 4th down, turn it over on downs. And despite a silly penalty that extended a drive and allowed Dallas to score points at the end of that drive. All of those miscues, 3 drops, 1 turnover, 6 penalties, and here they are, 1 drive away at the 46-yard line.
So 5.5 minutes left from the 41-yard line. Snap back to Silva. It's a handoff to Howard, who's tackled down immediately. Just going to set up a 2nd and 10. Silvers might go Goldie. I like what you're doing there. It's like having Brian in the chat. Brian is Adam, who was in the chat earlier, Hank, but he says things like that. Trips right formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Silvers. Oh, it's fired. It's battered at the line, but fortunately for the Battlehawks, it falls incomplete. But we're now quickly at a 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Empty backfields. We've got a timeout for the Renegades. That's their final timeout as well. Wonder if that could prove costly in the end. With 4.5 minutes left in this game, the Renegades have used their last timeout, up 24-15. And I think they know how crucial this play is. They'll be coming in. 3rd and 10. The interesting thing is if the Battlehawks get 5 yards on this play, then they will not be able to punt. My streams just stopped working at the worst time. Apologies, we'll get the stream back up and running in seconds. Then we'll know what's happening. There we go. So they got 6 yards, so it brings up a 4th and 4. Which means they are going to have to go for it. It's a 4th and 4 from the 48-yard line of the Renegades. Can they convert? It's a spread formation. Snap back to Silvers. Fired. And it's knocked away. Jones in there. Knocked away. Incomplete. And the Renegades turn the ball over. Silvers late on the throw. You can't hang in there. It's got to be anticipation. There's got to be anticipation that the receiver's going to turn around in time. Waited too long, gave the defender a chance to close. And he did just that. Probably be able to get a 4-point kick and then one last touchdown for a 1-point lead to end the game. That's like a 32% chance to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Renegades win this game. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle to Hunter. And a 4-yard carry to start the drive. The problem is if the Renegades score any points on this drive, it becomes a 2-score game again. Single back formation, 2nd and 6. Handoff up the left side. Does well to gain 3 yards. Let's take the ball up to the 45-yard line. So we go big 3rd and 3. This is massive. If they don't get it, it means that the Battlehawks can call a timeout and the Renegades would have to go for it on 4th down because of cross midfield outside the 2-minute warning. Snap back to Reed. Under pressure. Fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Incomplete, looking for Vaughns. But we have got a flag. Oh, it's roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down. What a dumb penalty. And that has likely cost the Battlehawks any chance of getting back into this now. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. The Renegades up 24-15, and the only chance the Battlehawks have now is forcing a field goal attempt that the Renegades miss and still having some time on the clock to try and get downfield for the touchdown and 3-point conversion. That's the only chance they have now. Another first down in this game is pretty much over. And we'll be looking ahead to next week. But it is interesting that looking at the schedule for next week, that we have got the 2 unbeaten teams potentially if the Renegades were to win today. The 2 unbeaten teams playing the 2 winless teams in the UFL as the Orlando Storm take on the Louisville Kings on Friday night. And then we've got the Dallas Renegades hosting the Columbus Aviators on Sunday at lunchtime, 12 o'clock. The other games we've got Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Houston Gamblers at the DC Defenders. Both teams at 1-1. And then the final game of week 3 is the Birmingham Stallions at the St Louis Battlehawks on Sunday. 3 o'clock kickoff Eastern Time in that one. And we will be live streaming play-by-play of that game as well. Birmingham Stallions at the St Louis Battlehawks, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully, with those kickoff times, especially the Saturday game and the 2 Sunday games, hopefully the crowds can get up. I know it will be in St. Louis anyway. DC is also usually pretty good as well. I'm just a bit worried about that Dallas Renegades fan base and crowd. It's very, very, very small today. I know this is a Tuesday at 8 o'clock. It's not the best time for a game, to be honest. In the middle of the week at 8 o'clock, you're not going to get a huge turnout. But hopefully a bigger turnout. That Louisville, they turned up on in week 1, so hopefully they'll turn up again on Friday nights. And I'm hoping that the game schedules for week 3 will produce better crowds. Here we go. Single back formation. It's a handoff to Hunter. It's stopped right at the line. And we'll get our first time out for the Battlehawks with 1 minute 56 seconds left.
Number 2, how about week number 3 of the 2026 UFL season? You don't have to wait long. It kicks off Friday. Orlando takes on Louisville on Fox. Then on Saturday, it's Houston versus DC on ESPN. And a Sunday doubleheader on ABC, starting with Columbus, Dallas, followed by Birmingham, St. Louis. Here we go.
So a 2nd and 9. Really, it's a 2nd and 10 for the Renegades. From the 30.5-yard line of the Battlehawks. Snap back to Reed, looking to pass. Fired deep towards the left sideline. It's caught by Vaughns. Did he get his feet in? Bounds, it's in the end zone. I think they're going to give the touchdown. I don't want to put the signal up. Yes, I just want to make sure he did get at least 1 foot down. If he has, that's his 3rd touchdown of the game. Let's have a look. Did he get in? Oh, he's comfortably got in. He's comfortably got in.
Touchdown!
I think we're going to have to say that's his game over in this one. 4 touchdown passes for Austin Reed in this one. 3 touchdown catches for Tyler Vaughns in this one. Here comes the extra point attempt. And it's good. 31-15 now. He's played outstanding football. Austin Reed had that one bad pass for the interception, but apart from that, let's have a look at his stats. 22 for 36, 240 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. So in 2 weeks, he's thrown over 600 yards, 7 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's a great opening 2 weeks. Yeah, GG's. GG's in the chat. Hey, deservedly so. The Renegades have controlled this game from start to finish. Deservedly so. They'll be the other undefeated team in the UFL, along with the Orlando Storm. Let's see when those two teams will face off. Week 8, they'll face off. The kick is up, returnable from the 3-yard line. And tackled down to the 27-yard line. That's worth having a look at. Actually, Tyler Vaughan's yardage. I think he's got 290 receiving yards and 4 touchdown catches inside 2 weeks. Snap back to Brandon Silvers, 1st and 10. Dumps it off to Howard out the backfield. Makes a player miss. And tackle down after a 9-yard catch and run. Joel held us down on point compared to the Gamblers. They did, but too good on offense. Too good on offense. It'd been fun to watch the Renegades. I've enjoyed watching them work. It's a pass over the middle. It's caught for a 1st down. 7-yard completion. It's going to be a 1st down for the Battlehawks. Ball's up at the 45-yard line. Snap back to Silvers. Under pressure and pull down on the sack. Mulroney on the sack. I think the Battlehawks have taken a timeout. I'm not sure why. They're 16 points down with 50 seconds left. There's no way they're going to be able to score 2 scores in that time. So 57 seconds left in this game. 2nd and 19 coming up. So 2nd and 19 coming up. Empty backfields for Silvers. Snap back to him. Deep drop. Fired over the middle. And caught by Pearson at the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10. Empty backfield again. Snap back to Silvers. Sets off running, slides down after a 3-yard run. We've got a flag. I think we've got a hold against defense.
defense to range team. Five-yard penalty to the end of the play. First down. Clock will start.
So 1st and 10 with 37 seconds left. Now, if only this was 37 seconds left with the Battlehawks needing 1 touchdown and a 3-point conversion. It's not, though. For the 33-yard line, empty backfields for the Battlehawks. Snap back to Silvers. Scrambles, sets off running himself and slides down at the 25-yard line. And they spike the ball with 19 seconds left. I mean, I don't know why Silvers is running the ball there, to be fair. You've got to throw it. What's the point? What is the point? You've got 19 seconds now. You still need 2 touchdowns. So we're 3rd and 2. Snap back to Silvers. Pass towards the end zone. And it is intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone for the touchback. And we're 13 seconds away from this game being over. He just tossed up a hope for Hakeem Butler, but it was nowhere near Hakeem Butler. Picked off in the end zone. His 2nd interception of the game. I think we've got victory formation for the Renegades. And I think they're going to let the clock run down. I think that's going to be our final score, 31-15. And the Renegades become the 2nd undefeated team as the Battlehawks slip to 1-1. The Renegades will go top of the standings and have a game next week against the winless Columbus Aviators that will host again, hopefully in front of a better crowd. But a great win. Again, outstanding offense. Austin Reed, those 4 touchdowns. Tyler Vaughan's catches 3 touchdowns, has another 140-plus yard game as well. Hard to stop. And Columbus Aviators are going to have to figure out how their defense is going to stop that. I mean, we watched the Aviators game against the DC Defenders on Friday night. The defenders just ran all over the Aviators. The Aviators could not stop the run game at all. The Renegades are built a bit different. They're built more of a passing team. Maybe the Aviators will have more luck with that. We will see. If the Aviators beat us, that'll shake things up. It really would. But from what I saw on Friday of the Aviators, they just could not stop the run. So I think the Renegades will be more balanced. You know, Hunter had a couple of good runs in this game. I think they'll be a lot more balanced, and I just can't see the Aviators stopping them enough times. I think the Renegades will advance to 3-0. It's just, will the Storm advance to 3-0 as well? We won't get that matchup, the Storm and Renegades, until week 8, so quite late on in the season. It's a bit of a disappointment. But we are going to end it there. Thank you very much for everyone that has watched and joined in during the play-by-play. Appreciate you. Special shout out to Hank. Thank you very much for coming along. Hopefully you can join us for our future live streams as well. Our next one is going to be that Birmingham Stallions at the St Louis Battlehawks game next Sunday. It's a 3 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff, 8 p.m. if you're watching from over in the UK, which is much more favourable for us in the UK. We'll have our brand new episode out tomorrow on YouTube for week 2, which is going to have a recap of the week 2 games. It'll have the key highlights from each of the games in there as well, in case you haven't seen some of the other games. We'll try and condense that just to the key plays for you. We'll have a look at the key takeaways from week 2 and then have a look at the standings and a look ahead to week 3 as well. So hopefully you can check that out. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you check that out and comment your thoughts on that video as well. Appreciate you, Hank. Thank you very much for coming along. And we'll see you all in that video tomorrow. And hopefully see you for our next live stream as well. We'll see you next time.